Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new series where we will be presenting you IELTS speaking test simulations and giving feedback also. My name is Myling and I'm your host, and joining me is Mr. Aaron. Hi Aaron.
Hello Myling.
Can you introduce yourself to our lovely audience?
Hello everyone, my name is Aaron and I am an IELTS expert at A-Land English. And as Myling said, we will be introducing you some IELTS speaking test simulations and hopefully this will be very helpful to you.
Yeah, so without any further ado, let's jump right in.
Come in please. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System, taking place on Saturday, March 2nd at A-Land English. The candidate is Myling Wen, and the candidate number is 3670-29003. The examiner is Aaron Smith, examiner number 637821. Good day, my name is Aaron. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Myling.
And can I see some identification, please? Thank you. Okay, let's begin. In this part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. I would like to talk about photographs. Do you enjoy taking photos?
Yes, I do. It's the perfect way to capture a moment in time. Moreover, I like to show them to people so I can share those moments with them. Since I'm an avid traveler, photos are my way of sharing my experiences without words.
How often do you take photos?
I take photos almost daily. I'm a big fan of selfies, so I often snap a few of them and post them to social media. I also take hundreds of photos when I travel.
In what situations do you like to take photos?
Any situation, but especially when I see something I think is out of the ordinary. For example, I like to take photos when the sun is setting just right on my street, or when I catch a glimpse of two people holding hands.
Do you prefer to take photos of people or of scenery?
I prefer to take photos of people. I like to capture candid emotions on their faces. I feel that photos of people can be quite powerful. Moreover, I feel that scenery photography never does the actual place any justice.
Do you prefer to take photographs yourself or to have other people take photos?
Definitely myself, as I'm quite picky about the photos that I take and post. I take the responsibility upon myself. It's a controversial opinion, but I feel that I do a better job of getting the angles right and showing myself in the best light possible.
How do you store your photos?
On my iCloud, I'm really grateful for this type of technology that keeps my photos safe for me. I post my photos on social media, such as Facebook and Instagram, so that also keeps them secure.
Do you store your photographs on your computer?
Absolutely, it's a must nowadays.
Are there any photos on the walls of your house?
In my own personal apartment, no, as I haven't bothered to decorate much. On the other hand, my bedroom at my parents' home is full of collages of my friends, family, and I over the years.
Do you frame or have you framed any of your photos?
Many times, although not too often anymore, as social media is taking over. However, I've often framed photos to give to my friends or family members as gifts for special occasions.
Do you prefer to send postcards to people or to send photos that you took yourself, and why?
I don't often send postcards, but if I did, I would include my own photography as well, as I feel quite confident with my skill. Furthermore, I feel that my own photos are much more personal. Although some of the postcards are beautiful, I don't feel that they hold a candle to my own. So, first questions. What did you think about my performance in general?
In general, I think you did very well. It was a very successful test and you would get a high band score. There are some things here and there that you could improve.
All right then, let's break it down into each criteria. Can we first talk about my vocabulary, also known as lexical resource in the IELTS speaking test marking criteria? I did try to put a couple of phrases which I think are less common.
I think vocabulary is one of your strong points. There were certain terms that you used that were very good. They're less common, for example, avid traveler or candid emotions. You also blended in a little bit of idioms like hold a candle to or catch a glimpse of. But you did have a little bit of redundancy in your words. For example, when you said in my own apartment or in my own personal apartment or my own photos or much more personal. You need to reduce that redundancy a little bit more. And finally, the word moreover, you tended to use, you used it a little bit too much. And it might sound a little bit outdated. So I would suggest replacing that word with something else.
All right, notes taken. Next criteria is grammatical range and accuracy. I really wanted to use some more advanced structures, but someone told me that it's not necessary. What do you think about this?
That's actually very true. More advanced structures is fine, but try not to overcomplicate your ideas by using, say, an inverted sentence. There's also the term controversial opinion that you used. I would say when you use that kind of a term, make sure that the statement has a little bit more weight to it. For example, you were talking about taking photographs or selfies. That isn't really a controversial opinion. A controversial opinion would be talking about, say, abortion or the death penalty.
Now, let's talk about fluency and coherence, which is something a lot of students have troubles with.
Actually, your answers were very well developed, so I don't think you have a lot of problems with coherence. The only problem that I saw was with one of the questions that you answered it with a very short sentence, so I would keep an eye on that. The other thing to keep in mind is that you seem to be translating in your head as you're speaking, and so it kind of affects the fluency of your words. So I would suggest that you keep an eye on that and try to practice thinking in English rather than translating before you speak. That'll help you a little bit more with speed and your fluency in general.
The last criteria is actually one of my biggest concerns, which is pronunciation. You see, I'm heavily influenced by American accent, but sometimes I do notice that I have like a weird accent, like a mix between American and Vietnamese accent. Do you think I should fix that?
That's actually something that you don't need to concern yourself with. The IELTS is an international English test, which means all accents are accepted. Like, as you have been able to see, as part of the test, you get exercises with native speakers from all over the world. So you having an accent is not really a big factor. As long as you're able to make yourself understood, that's perfectly fine and you shouldn't worry about it.
Wow, those are some really interesting tips. I'll be sure to use them in my next test. Thank you for the feedback, and thank you guys for watching. And I guess we'll see each other in the next videos. All right, goodbye.